Hi, this is Carl, and what I want to talk about in this video are what linguists would refer to as direct object pronouns in Spanish. As I've said in a previous video, I'm never overly fond of using fancy sounding grammatical terms such as that. So what I want to do is to try to simplify as far as possible what that means. So pronouns. Pronouns are simply words which stand in place of nouns such as animate or inanimate objects, people, places, and or abstract nouns, and so forth. Happiness can be replaced by using it. John can be replaced by using him. Margaret can be replaced by using her. John and Carl can be replaced by using us, where I am with John, John is with me, that refers to us. Joe and Mary can be replaced by using the pronoun they or even them. But as I said, I want to look at direct object pronouns. Now, the simplest way I think that we can view direct object pronouns is by thinking of those pronouns, again, ones which refer to people or places, nouns of any type. Direct object pronouns are those pronouns which do not start a sentence, but which can end a sentence or appear mid-sentence. Let me give you an example. I is not a direct object pronoun because you start a sentence with I, you never finish a sentence with I. Apart from in a few instances where you might say, and it's grammatically correct, it is I. But more often than not, I will begin a sentence, but hardly ever will it finish a sentence, and extremely rarely would it appear mid-sentence. However, me, which falls in line with I, corresponds to I in one way or another, is a direct object pronoun because it will appear at the end of the sentence. She is going with me. You will not say she is going with I. Now the direct object pronouns in English are as follows. Me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. Because all of these words will appear at the end of the sentence, or in some cases mid-sentence, but will never appear at the start of the sentence where you have a verb after them. For example, you can't say her is here, you have to say she is here. You can't say them are here, you have to say they are here. So think of direct object pronouns being ones which appear mid-sentence or which end a sentence. Now there are two sets of Spanish direct object pronouns. What I want to do in this video is to look at one set, and then in a subsequent video which will form part of this series, view a second set or corresponding set. Now the ones I want to look at here are ones which come after prepositions, or in other words, ones which do not appear immediately next to verb forms in Spanish. Let's take one example of a preposition. We'll take of or from, which translates or can translate into Spanish by using de. In some cases, desde will mean from, but we'll just focus exclusively here on the use of de. We can have a rhyming scheme between the translations of from me and from you, provided that we're talking to one person on a familiar basis. De mí and de ti, where me, and so mi is the translation of me, both words starting with m, and then you have the rhyming scheme de ti, where ti, spelled ti, is the translation of you, and you do get a fair number of words in Spanish starting with t that refer to you. For example, you as in you go, which is tú, I love you, which is te, and of or from you, which is ti, and then the corresponding possessive your, which is tú. Then we want to translate from him, we say de él, where him is masculine and él is also the masculine word for the. We can extend él to ella, spelled E-L-L-A, to get the translation of her. So therefore, de ella means from her or of her. Then we have the plural pronoun us, which is either nosotros or nosotras. Given the fact that us is plural, explains why the pronoun ends in s. However, it's the first one we've come across so far in the list which has an os ending, and therefore it has a different feminine form where the o, the final o in nosotros, is switched to an a to give us nosotras. Then we have a rhyming scheme with you, as in you guys, you familiar plural, vosotros, de vosotros, from you guys, and then again it ends in os, so it has a different feminine form, vosotras, de vosotras. Then let's go back to from her, which was de ella, spelled E-L-L-A. Them, when it refers to females, is the plural form of her. Therefore, logically, the translation of them, in this case, is ellas. From them, all females, de ellas. Then, because we have a feminine version of them, which ends in as, we can switch from a back to o to get the corresponding masculine version, where them refers to a group of males, de ellos. We also have the you formal pronoun, referring to both one person and more than one person, usted, spelled U-S-T-E-D. De usted means from you, and then its plural form, because it ends in a consonant, we add es, de ustedes, from you, speaking to more than one person with whom you have a formal relationship. So hopefully that explains the use of direct object pronouns in Spanish, the ones which traditionally, normally, appear mid-sentence or end a sentence, and which come after prepositions, or, if we want to view it another way, do not appear immediately next to verb forms of any kind. So in part 2 I'll be looking at the other set of pronouns in Spanish, but hopefully that explanation has helped to clarify a few things and given you a few tips as regards the predictability of the translations of those pronouns.